A good way out. Oh my goodness me! That is extraordinary from Fikayo Tomori.
What's up, you guys? I'm your boy Viva La FIFA, and incredible that you're watching to my FIFA 21 player rating predictions, and this time the team is Chelsea FC. If you like the video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to my channel for more, and put on the notification bell to join the notification squad of Viva La FIFA. In this episode, I also added Eden Hazard and Philippe Coutinho because both of them are linked with a move to Chelsea. So if you think, huh, what are they doing there? If you watch the intro, you know the deal about it. For the rest, we have upgrades, downgrades, and some players keeping their same ratings. I hope you enjoy it. Smash a thumbs up if you do, because here we go. Starting off with the goalkeepers, and if you're a Chelsea fans, don't hate me for this, but KEPA Arrizabalaga, according to the stats, and I didn't make that up, he belonged to the 25 worst goalkeepers of the season. And how do they calculate that? Well, they look to the shots on target, the percentage saved, and well, KEPA is one of the worst in the world. He was replaced by Willy Caballero for a couple of games. Lately, he got his spot back before the corona outbreak, but if I compare him with goalkeepers with an 80 rating, or even Dean Henderson being very much lower rated, I think KEPA can be happy with 81. When Willy Caballero replaced KEPA Arrizabalaga, he was pretty decent. He is now 38 years old, so just like Gianluigi Buffon, he is an old star. Not an all-star, but old star indeed. But in the games he played, I think, for example, his handling should be a lot higher. His speed there instead should be lower. Overall, I think Caballero deserves a small upgrade. We are moving on with the center backs, and Anthony Rudiger got an inform card for scoring 2 goals in one game from that center back position. But for the rest of the season, he only played 14 games in the starting lineup. He is a good center back for me, but I'm afraid for all the Chelsea fans that he didn't play enough games on a high level to be awarded with an upgrade, although I think it could happen. Kurt Zouma once was one of the biggest talents on that center back position when a knee injury threw him back. He was loaned out to Everton and also to Stoke City, if I'm not mistaken. He even got relegated with that side, but now he is back with Chelsea. He fought his way in the starting lineup together with Tomori and all the other players that are relating their rotation system at the Chelsea center back position. But for me, he should get a small upgrade, +1. Same can be said about Christensen. He is linked with a move to AC Milan because he wants to become a key player in the team, but in the 15 games he played in the Premier League, he had an average of 7.0. So that means for an 80 rated non-rare card, well, EA should be nice and give him a +1 or +2. And then the man that started off this video with that incredible goal he scored against the Wolverhampton Wanderers is Tomori. The center back did receive an upgrade in the winter, going up to 77. I believe he was 72 before, so that was a big +5 in the winter. But looking in comparison with the other center backs, Tomori should be up there around 79, 80, because I think that is what the man deserves. A player that can play on the center back position is Cesar Azpilicueta, the captain of Chelsea. But this season he played the majority of the games as a right back and sometimes even as a left back if Reece James was in the starting 11. Reece James is a right back. Azpilicueta for now stays a right back, but look into the stats. I upgraded some of those stats, like for example the shooting, the pace. Azpilicueta showed qualities in those eras, so that means he's keeping the same rating with upgrades in the stats. After a horrible start, everybody at Chelsea wanted to sell Marcos Alonso as soon as possible, but in the winter the deal didn't happen, and after the winter break he fought his way back in the starting lineup as an attacking left wing back. He did great, scoring a lot of goals, picking up many assists, so he saved his season, and with that I also think he saved his FIFA rating. I thought it was unbelievable that EA upgraded Tomori but forgot about Reece James in the winter. How can they do that? Reece James started in 13 games. He also scored a very important goal against Ajax in the Champions League. You can't keep a player like that 73 rated. In the winter they could have gone for 77, 76, but for now I think they have to make out with Reece James. So football fans, smash a thumbs up if you agree that Reece James should be 78 at least. Also, Emerson Palmieri was the same story as Marcos Alonso. At the start of the season, nobody wanted him anymore, but he stayed strong, worked hard on the training pitch, and he fought his way back in the starting 11 in a couple of games. When he played, for me, he did good enough. With an average of 7.1, he did great according to the stats, and with that, a small upgrade is coming his way. And N'Golo Kante is a very hard case to crack because I love him as a CDM, but lately he's playing more and more as a center midfielder. With that, he's also scoring goals, something he didn't before. So the shooting can go up, but where will it go down? Well, maybe some dribbling in those stats, -1, something like that for the rest. And N'Golo Kanté is still a world-class center mid. Mr. Penalty Kick himself, Jorginho. He has an amazing way of scoring penalties. He is jumping a little bit at the end. Watch the goalkeeper dive to a corner, and then it's easy to decide whatever way he can score a goal, left, right, depending on the goalie. And Jorginho is so important with his penalty goals that I think his shooting should go up, and with that also his pace a little bit. I think 55 is too low, and he is triggering an automatic upgrade to 84. Former Real Madrid center mid Mateo Kovacic is now a Chelsea player. I'm not quite sure if he will go back to Real Madrid or they got him on a permanent deal, so if you know more about that, let me know it down below. But just like Jorginho, he is very important in the starting lineup of Frank Lampard, alongside sometimes Mason Mount, Ross Barkley or another player to complete the midfield. And N'Golo Kanté, Jorginho and Kovacic normally are the players that will be chosen on those positions. So that is why I think Kovacic played a good and strong season, +1. What can we say about Ross Barkley? Once he was a huge talent playing for Everton, but not all the big talents will really make it in the top. Now Barkley is already 26 years old, so if he wants to go for playing time, I would say maybe look for another destination. As I told you in the intro, I added a couple of players that are heavily linked with a move to Chelsea, and one of them is Philippe Coutinho. He is playing a very good season with Bayern because he got 8 goals, 7 assists in 15 games, so those stats are insane, but Bayern doesn't want to get him for 120 million pounds, the release clause they have in the loan contract. Coutinho is going back to Bayern Munich, and it seems he will be loaned out once again, with this time Chelsea looking for a new playmaker. He can play as a cam because he does that with Bayern, so that is why I put him there as a cam card, but I think if Chelsea is signing him up, he will be a left winger. Football fans, what do you think? Will Philippe Coutinho be good for Chelsea? Let me know it in the chat and put it in the comments. Pep Guardiola is in love with Billy Gilmour. He would love to sign him up and put him on the bench, probably, if you know Pep Guardiola, because he said the same thing about Phil Foden, and Phil Foden is on the bench for almost 3 seasons in a row. So Billy Gilmour, don't go to Pep. Even if he's writing you love letters, stay with Frank Lampard. He will give youngsters a chance. You've seen that this season. The youngster of Scotland will make everybody proud in Scotland, and if he stays with Chelsea, he will get a nice upgrade to a good silver rated player. I would love to sign him up in my Premier League side with silvers. I always love that. It's a little bit disappointing that there are no more tournaments for only silver players, but that's a different story. Billy Gilmour, a golden future ahead of you. Also, Mason Mount deserved a nice upgrade this winter, but look into the stats: 6 goals, 9 assists, Mr. Assist after Premier League, behind Kevin De Bruyne. Should be a little bit higher. I think 80, 81 is fair for Mason Mount. Maybe EA won't do that because after the winter upgrade, he didn't really actually perform at a high level consistently. So there's also a chance that EA will say, not enough done, by Mason Mount. After the winter, he stays 79. I wouldn't be surprised about that. The second and last player that could be joining Chelsea this summer, I know they have more players like Moussa Dembele of Olympique Lyon, but I went for 2 players only, is Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard played for Chelsea at a super high level, with that earning himself a transfer over 100 million pounds to Real Madrid. But that marriage so far is not a big success. So here is the big question. You can also vote about it in the poll, clicking that I button. Please click me, I love to be voted. Well, Eden Hazard, should Chelsea sign him back, yes or no? It's an easy question. Let me know it in the chat. Let me know it down in the comments, because I'm very curious what you think about it. Callum Hudson-Odoi was only a silver rated player, and as I told you, I love to use him in my silver rated team. He was an incredible player together with that striker of Southampton. Both silvers, incredible. I love them. Martinelli of Arsenal, I love him. But next season, I'm afraid Hudson-Odoi will not be a silver player anymore. Although he wasn't very consistent with his performance, I think he will go up to a low rated gold card. A player that will go down but will probably also go to AS Roma is Pedro. Pedro Rodriguez, the former player of Barcelona, is now a one away of Chelsea because he is not playing, always on the bench and the third or fourth choice to be used as a sub. Christian Pulisic picked up a nice special card this season, and Pulisic also did good in a couple of games. For example, I think his shooting is a little bit too low, his assisting was quite okay, so his passing can go up, and with that I think Pulisic can trigger a +1 automatic overall upgrade. Willian started the season off very good with 5 goals and 5 assists in the first 15 games, but after that he was all about contract renewal, yes or no, and his performances on the pitch, well, they suffered with the contract negotiations because now Willian is running out of contract. He didn't play good after the winter break. Is EA giving him a downgrade? Looking to the stats of the whole season, I would say keep him 82. This video also shows that, well, Chelsea actually really has a problem with goal machines on the striker position. Tammy Abraham has an upgrade coming for him. In the winter, EA didn't do it, so they didn't thought he should go up to 79 because EA only did +3 winter upgrades. So I'm going a little bit too far, maybe according to EA, with an 80 rated card for Tammy Abraham, but he is keeping Giroud on the bench. Giroud is 82 rated. Tammy Abraham did score 12 goals already in his debut season in the Premier League, so those stats are phenomenal for a young player, but he started off on a high and he went pretty low in his performances as well. So Tammy Abraham for me can go up to 80. Why not higher? Well, as I told you, EA, plus he was not consistent enough after the winter. Michy Batshuayi is not playing a lot of games, and yep, he scored a very important goal against Ajax Amsterdam in the Johan Cruyff Arena, winning the game for Chelsea. Everything is about, well, Chelsea, they screwed Ajax over in their home game, the referee screwed up. I have to agree with that. I'm a Dutchman, but still I'm pretty, well, fair about what I saw on the pitch. Also, I believe Ajax scored a goal against Chelsea, didn't they? That was ruled offside, but it was the wrong picture they used, something like that. So, well, Chelsea was pretty lucky in the Champions League this season, but Batshuayi was very important. But overall, that was the only thing he did in almost 11 months. So for that, a downgrade. Sometimes you end up with a high. This time we were going out on a low. Olivier Giroud, -2. It's rhyming and it's true. Oh my god, what are you doing, FIFA? Well guys, that was not something I trained myself and it just happened. Rhyming all over the place. But Giroud, well, he is not scoring the goals. He is a good target man. He's always working hard, and if he plays, yes, he picks up goals. But staying 82 rated, just as high as Tammy Abraham will be maybe somewhere in the future, I don't think that's fair. If he is 82 rated, Tammy should match that in Chelsea ratings, or Giroud has to come down, Tammy has to go up, and we see what happens in FIFA 22. Well guys, if you loved the vid, give a thumbs up, that would be incredible. Subscribe for more and put on the notification bell. If you're a Nodi Squad gang, let me know it down below. Nodi Squad and Viva la FIFA, drop it down in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed. What team would you like to see next? Also drop it down in the comments, that would be fabulous. I thank you all for watching, wish you all a very nice day, and as you know, for me, keep it cool, keep it real, and ciao for now.
Echoes of your words crashing into me, drown